He plays just about everything, so whatever he wants to be known as is fine. I think currently his reincarnated form is Rartusk. Is that safe to say?
Sure.
If not, then we already jumped the gun. But we are going to cast some AGL for you, and these casts tend to be like baseball. They tend to be a lot of talking in between the matches, and then you kind of discuss the general going on stuff. But what do you think about this match, Elby?
I'm not sure if Brewmasters have enough damage output to kill a priest.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting because Minotaur Priest doesn't have that much output to... I don't know the player Hurinson, but Gore can be successful. I just remember that one Minotaur Priest from forever ago never had any success in the AGL. And I think that was largely because you couldn't bypass flame skins at that point. And if I'm not mistaken, his name was like Zoo, like Z-H-O-U or something like that. So you just wield like an axe of rage or something and just like cut straight through the round and kill him within a few rounds. Yeah. So we'll see how it works in the current meta.
I don't know how this is going to work out, actually. I don't know anything about Brewmasters, so...
Well, Brewmasters have a lot of damage, but they seem like not a very good class for 1v1 AGL. I'll say that.
I'll on the priest, I guess.
Yeah. Well, the priest can last a long time if the player knows what he's doing, like the ER kicks. Elemental and Gore alone would be pretty decent in terms of
I don't know
damage
how much
output.
you know about Brewmasters, but they have a 2-tick skill blind.
2 ticks. Does it land reliably?
Yeah, fairly well, yeah.
Alright, we shall see how it goes. And if you hear me gulping throughout the stream, that's just hydration. I just woke up, so I need to drink like a gallon of water. We are 15 seconds until. We'll see how this goes. I always love seeing matchups that we don't normally see, because it's a little more exciting. Hurinson does get blinded immediately. The thing about Brewmasters, like you said, I don't know that much about them either, but they seem as though their skills aren't incredibly reliable. They seem like a niche class in that a lot of that stuff isn't going to land every time, which makes it problematic in a competitive setting.
I feel like they get wrecked by stun, too, because they're sort of like... Their mana gains are like charlatan-like, so they can't make that many spirits.
Yeah. Right now, not much happening. The air elemental is out.
Renton does have Gore, so...
Right. Meister is... Well, he did the right thing rescuing, just because you want to get that damage mitigation out. I'm not sure that...
I think that's the healer, right? The sipping, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about Brewmasters.
Well, we'll see. I mean, this is exactly what we came here for.
Yep.
The thing everybody wants to do going into a new class is to master that class before anybody else, and if they do well with it, then you get mentioned as like one of the first of that class, just like Blake as a monk, like in the late 90s. Yeah. Goes back that far, folks. Gore is coming across. The Gore is stunning. Hurinson is getting good damage off when he does hit. Basically, Hurinson should out-heal Meister at this rate, but we'll see.
He's out-damaging him too, though.
Yeah. So it may not be a problem at all. Meister is sipping. I'm curious to know how mana-intensive that is.
I don't remember at all.
I would find it hard to believe it's more mana-intensive than a priest in any way, shape, or form, even a Minotaur. Nothing going on at the moment, just watching. The bash does come across. Is there an echo? Do you know, Albert, if the bash actually lands, or is it just that?
I have no idea.
Okay.
You know just as much about Brewmasters as
Okay.
me.
Yeah, I've been gone 5 months, so it feels like I know less than you, but I guess they did just get released, so we'll see.
I mean, Meister should be indicative of the best the Brewmaster can do, because that's probably the most super boosted race combo.
Right. Nobody has dipped into yellow yet. That's kind of interesting, though. I don't know if that says more for the healing. I doubt it. I think it just says more for the...
skill blind does a fair amount of actual damage.
Yeah, it does. Fireball blind is pretty decent. Spirit does get blinded. No rescues for Monster.
Curious. I wonder if it's worth it to put up protection fire. Oh, it doesn't work. He's a Minotaur. Why does it not work? I don't understand that part.
I don't know.
In case you guys don't know, if you're like vulnerable to like the protection spell, like it doesn't work. So if like a Yin and a Minotaur and you try protection fire, it doesn't work.
Poor Yin and Minotaur.
We don't know if that's a design by design or like
rest in peace, Thrakath.
Yeah.
Spirit is getting blinded fairly quickly. I mean, both these players are actually playing pretty decent. I'm not saying that would surprise, but
Meister's gonna run out of mana.
Yeah, he will, and then it will be dwindling down from that point. It's a lot of sipping, though. Okay, somebody did say Sip Gourd is 25 mana and 40 to 50 health points gained. So that's basically Cure Critical. That's basically what that is. Yeah. So Cure Crit, he will definitely run out eventually.
Yep.
Comparatively, at least.
You're not going to be the priest without stun, pretty much. Or some
No,
form of stun.
when a game drags on this long, ER is all that more powerful. That's the thing about it, is it just keeps ticking. Imagine the days when we had, I think it ended in Season 3, but Manatonic Enhanced Recovery in ACFL. Like, that was ridiculous. And you know, you did that
especially without getting into too many Manatonic mechanics, especially the boosted ER.
Yes. Just insane. Just insane. It's hard to imagine that we even played that game as it existed then, but then we also had Shanlin back in the day, even further back than that.
We had Legion fights and Sea Wars, man.
Yeah, and I just want to remind people that teal potions used to be legal in the AGL. Like, imagine that shit. I did get another comment saying Keg Toss is 10 moves, stun echo only shown to Brewmaster, knocks a player down. Same land rate as Roundhouse, just no echo for non-brews.
Same land rate as Roundhouse, so like 100%.
That's what I'm told.
And everyone's still in white.
Yep. This feels like an old school match.
Just feels like Shanlin again.
It feels like Shanlin reincarnated.
Oh my god, I hated that guy so much. God. Let's use teal potions on our priest.
Let's use teal potions. Let's use enhanced recovery. Let's use old school healthy merit, which if you did not know, folks, that ticked about 3 times as powerfully as it does now. So he would load up on a character that was probably regioning a couple hundred hit points a tick, and then he would zap once, just spam zap. And he was the Althanian champion, if I recall correctly.
Yes, he is.
The thing is, I like change just so we can discuss things like that. It's fun to talk about old school stuff.
You should not be using the blunt weapon against a Minotaur.
No. Just look at the downs.
Yeah. Meister is unsanked?
Meister,
or his protection fell. I don't know which
Meister
one
and Harenton do both dip into yellow. Again, Harenton should have more mana, in theory.
I would just use like a dark stuff or something.
Oh, just for the divine power. Yeah.
Renton's back into white.
Yeah, so is Meister. Meister is using Monogear, which is interesting. I don't know if I've seen Renton switch out yet or not. He may not just be using it, but...
You can't assume every Kingdomer has hit damage guarantee.
That's true. That's true.
Every
And I'm
time
not-
Gromp
Go ahead.
every time Gromp complains in OC about his damage, I'm like, "Do you switch in the hit damage gear?" He's like, "No." Like, there's your problem. Because Malator Freeze are like super boosted. They could hit a lot.
Yeah, they could.
I
Grump
don't
has
mean to
no
call out
reason to
Grump.
complain. I would love to play that character. Come on,
I
Dan.
don't mean to call out Grump, but like, he can do more than just spam Meteo in ACFL.
Yeah. Well, no, that's Grumpf. The thing he has to get better at, I think, and he will become a beast at a player, is getting out of the tricky situations.
Yeah, he needs to work on his awareness, but I feel like half the time he's like working when he's in ACFL.
I think he is too. I honestly think that guy is he's a chill dude. He just logs on and plays because he loves the game. And like you said, I do think he's working at the same time that he's playing. But at the same time, when you...
If I could play someone with Meteo with ACFL, I'm pretty sure I could like solo half the teams.
Yeah, Meteo is really, really good.
Meteo is stupidly good. Yeah.
It's funny because it used to be awful. When Isidore first got it, it just did no damage at all. Like, he would just get rolled by human warriors in arenas. But since then, since that boost...
Maybe he's using it to vamp, but I don't agree with the Dreadwood quarterstaff use.
Well, you use something else to vamp that doesn't have the beating down, just because it's not going to do damage.
There's not that many options though for Pugil, to be honest.
Yeah.
My Pugilists will only use like Dark Staff and Moon Dancer, so
Sure. Well, at the same time, at that point, you have to... Is there really not a staff that vamps so that doesn't have a physical down?
no.
Well, at that point, you just have to trade off, though. I mean, if you're going to do hits on the character, then
I
whatever
just
you
take
gain in
off-
vamp, you're going to get out-healed.
Yeah, you just ignore the vamp at that point.
Yeah.
ER should be gone soon, if not gone already.
Yeah.
I bet Renton still has like 1,000 mana at least.
He should be fine. Does dip
Renton,
into yellow?
fun. Yep.
Yeah. That was a good round, even for all the grazes. That was another great round. Spirit does rescue. I do want to say Monster's playing this very well. It's just that Brewmaster seems
I mean,
ineffectual.
in theory, you should be fine, I guess. It's like a charlatan with a twice as long dirt kick or eye gouge.
Sure. If Renton has
And
a lot of mana, though, then even those rounds won't help too much.
And Brewmasters hit way harder than charlatans.
Yeah.
Renton's in
Renton,
red.
yeah.
He dips into red. I have a feeling ER fell off by now.
Meister still has mana. Renton does use the frenzy there. Another blonde. Blondes have to be irritating. Renton is in yellow again.
Renton's back in. Well, now he's back in yellow.
You keep healing. At this point,
Back in
though,
the
if
red.
Monster keeps roundhousing and Renton doesn't have anything else, then... Like, the melee... That's the thing about melee, is it lasts forever. You don't get tired from it. So even if Renton is healing, things stay the way they do. It's just a matter of delaying it.
Yeah.
It's interesting to see Brewmasters in actual action,
You've
though.
limited.
Do Brewmasters get Danger Sense? I did Void there.
I believe so. Well, bards get that stuff.
Should reroll my Aerial and make a Brewmaster just to have fun with it.
Aerials.
Aerials. I don't want to play an Aerial again. I really hated the Aerial run, to be honest, just because I don't like playing with 1,500 health points against stuff like Clave. That time it was 3x, though, so it was a little worse.
As opposed to 2.55?
Right. 3x honestly seemed a lot worse, though. For some reason, 2.5 is like drastically different. I don't understand why.
I don't know. But I don't think they changed anything. Or maybe
You don't think they did
I
at all? I feel like it changed. I do, but
okay.
I also stopped PKing against Conclave at that time. So
It felt so bad if you got dispelled and you knew a chain wasn't coming. Like, all right, I'm probably gonna lose 2,000 HP right now.
that's true, yeah. Especially if it was a Pixie. It's like, oh, there's a 500 health point chain. Oh, there's Pixie Explosion. These blinds are pretty decent.
This fight has been going quite a while, right? Like half an hour, maybe.
It has. I don't know. It's been a half hour. God, hope not. But it has been going on a long time.
I think the longest AGL fight I ever did was when my Paladin fought Branzel. Holy crap!
That is
shit
definitely
took
a long
an
fight.
hour.
So I will say, looking at this match, Meister's played it pretty much textbook. Like, he's used Monogear, he's stacked Spirits well. I think that if a Minotaur Priest were prepped, he should win this fight, just looking at it off this. So you gear the Elemental, you use Monogear. If you play it correctly...
Why he didn't gear?
Huh?
Here's why you didn't gear the Elemental.
Yeah. And I'm not saying that to criticize, I'm just saying if you're looking at the perfect textbook game, then Minotaur Priest is still pretty decent. Ronick showed us
just
that.
trying to kill spirits, I guess. I don't know.
Meister is getting more damage off.
He's taking a lot of mana because he is using that leech weapon.
Mm-hmm. Meister does dip into red.
I'm not sure it's worth spending the mana on spell blind the spirit. Because isn't Meister tanking him most of the time anyways? I don't know. No,
the Spirit has rescued in the past. I think it's worth it just because Blind is one of the most mana-efficient Maledicts in the game. Like,
is it worth leaving the Elemental up this whole time, though?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
I don't like leaving the Elemental up this long. That way you force Renton to spend mana on another one.
Mm-hmm.
Meister's in red, Renton's still in yellow.
Yeah, and this is the whittle down game. I mean, Priests are amazing at this.
Oh, yeah.
So old Brewmasters have extremely high natural saves. I guess they fit Rangers in that way.
During Sea Wars, Intalia always kept telling me that he could beat anyone 1v1. But I never put him to the test.
You should. You should talk to Alex.
He maintained he could have beat Pythias, and I was a little skeptical, but it's not out of the realm of possibility if you can raid a person, I guess.
My problem with that is what is your damage output?
Just ray and, I guess, whittle down slowly.
Yeah, that's interesting to think about. I'd like to see matches like that, but...
Yeah.
I'm skeptical, too. I find it hard to believe that much damage output wouldn't just kill somebody faster than you can out-heal and play that game.
There was never a scenario where I could have tested it, really. So I don't know.
It's funny how differed the strategists of ACFL are. Like, well, Alex in particular, I'm not going to say too much about it, but he has some strange ideas about mechanics.
And some of them work and some of them don't.
Correct, yeah, correct. He's kind of like an all or nothing guy, I think.
Yeah, I know. Back when it was like Stars and Brute Squad, when you were still playing, I think.
Yes.
And you guys had ducks of them or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He would like pick my brains, like, "Oh my god, I can't beat this team. What do I do? What do I do?"
Oh, did we do?
And I told him, double choke is the only way you're gonna beat Brute Squad, but your double chokers have to be on point.
Oh, you mean Alex would say that to you?
Yeah. Because Stars cannot beat Grump and ducks of them. Period. Like.
That's
no
true.
way.
That's true.
It's impossible to beat that team on that team. I'm like, if they're not choked, then you did something wrong.
Well, Duxatum was like Star's worst nightmare, which they knew, and Shukenja did help to mitigate that somewhat. Like, I think that
did he just heal Renton because he figured the match was over? Did you see that?
I did see that. Maybe he did. That's hilarious.
Renton's back in white.
Yeah, I think he did heal him.
Yeah.
Nice move, buddy. Good guy Meister. But no, Yeah, Ducks hits him. I think honestly, a Minotaur Invoker even in Season 6 would have beaten Stars handily if not for the Shukinja and Holy Smot. Like, I think that if you take the old school lineup of Stars, even with Azla and Kid in there, they would have lost that match just because Invoker is so powerful against that old lineup.
Yeah.
But yeah, Alex is always funny because he really gets into the game. Like, he won't play for a year, then he'll come back and he'll care more than anybody else.
Yeah. Do you think the new Shikenja... Okay, so they got whole Spirit Protection nerf completed to like 3 rounds, right?
Yeah.
But then today they changed like how long the cooldown is.
Down to 20
Is that
ticks,
influential at all? Yeah. It's more situational, I guess, but like it's still useful, right?
Yeah, I think that was a good change by Tony.
Yeah.
20 is decent. That means probably it's going to get 2 uses out of something like
You know
ACFL.
what other stupid skill is 20 ticks?
Fasting?
Yes. That skill is so stupid.
How did I guess? But yeah, 20 ticks is pretty good. You can get that a couple times over the course of a longer match. So there are a couple times where you could use that and it could be effective, especially since like every Shukinja has Holy Spot now anyway. So
I am so salty against fasting. You have no idea.
I'm so salty against Shukinja's group saves bonus.
I don't know what you're talking about. That never happened.
Just the nightmare that I had.
All I know is that second match where nothing landed on me, I was like, you guys are done. Like, what the fuck just happened?
I was just topping and fasting and being like, why is this happening to my life? It's like one of those...
On your fingers,
yeah,
10, 11, 12, 13.
That's right. One of those freeze frames
Isn't it
on
only like 10
Rekla.
mana or something?
It's very mana efficient. It's not a big deal to use, but...
Yeah, Spirit Protection is like 100 mana, so... I mean, I guess that's a fair amount. I mean, for what it does, though, it's pretty good.
I like fasting just because it's a really unique spell, I think. Nobody else has anything like it, really, but...
Oh, I just realized Renton went back into red somehow.
He did. He does take another blind there. That blind is what, 2 ticks?
Yeah, what? That'd be sort of funny if those heals he put on Renton, like, cost him the match. Nah, Renton's back in yellow. I bet Meister's close to dead.
Yeah, he very likely is. So the original prediction stands.
Weapon has taken off a lot of mana. You know when Leech first came in the game and I knew Foul to find the fair, I was like, this must be good as Vamp, right? Nope. It's 1 a hit. If it was like 2 to 4 a hit, that'd be really good.
Yeah. I mean, Leech probably works really well over a long match.
Yeah, but if it's not long enough, it's not worth.
You know what is really amazing but never gets used just because it's so weird? The Dragon Slayer Leech. Like, that was so irritating to fight against in the ACFL.
What, you mean the Scale Leech?
Yeah.
I hate fighting that with my Macaulay.
Oh my gosh, man. Like, I would just...
It lasts so long.
I would yell expletives at Lacton every single Quicksilver match. Be like, you fucker. Just because I'd be the entire game.
Yep. And if he lands more than 1, you're really
Yeah. And he'll just do it over and over and over again. It's
That's
like,
why
why,
I yell at
Dan?
people to dirt kick the Slayer so that doesn't happen.
We are seeing the end of this game, I believe.
Maybe. It's been a while.
No Wimpies yet.
Oh yeah, I can type stuff and people can't see it because it's your cast.
That's correct, Alberts.
For once, yes.
Be as sinister as you like.
Oh, it's sinister.
Nobody has complained about the stream quality yet, so I assume it's working correctly.
Seems like you have to host when you're able to, I guess.
I can do that.
I think Meister just rolled his eyes that Renton's back in yellow.
Brewmaster has been fun to watch, though.
Renton has a lot of mana. This is what we were talking about in the beginning. The Out-Us game.
Yeah, the ER ticks. It's just like not enough damage going in. ER, presumably healthy merit. Thanks for letting me know. I appreciate that. Now all we need to do is
Brendan's
remember.
back in white. What the heck?
I don't know. Now all we
What
need
is
to do
this?
is remember not to invite Grayson to cast for a while. This is fairly definitive. Although, this has been an interesting match to watch just because Brewmasters just do have some interesting stuff going on. Like the blind is interesting to look at. I'd be curious to know what the land rates. Somebody has sent me a lot of useful information about it. Although nothing is telling me this. It looks like a unique class to play. Like my theory at the beginning of its inception was there would be a few guys who really played that class religiously, just made their mark on the class. But for the most part, there's really no reason not to play a Scald or even a Jungler. I mean, there's no reason in the Bard sort of mythology.
Yeah.
But that's for competitive only, folks. I'm not talking about just if you love the class. You should feel free to play and own the classes.
So Renton apparently has an unlimited mana pool.
Yeah, he's the Shanlin of today.
Oh boy.
Imagine if Teal Potions had been usable in the ACFL.
Oh my god. Bodrum will never die.
He never would die.
I don't think I could take enough damage to get the power swing range if I was Teal.
I have thought about going back and looking at those old matches and creating like the 10 most exciting points in ACFL history. I'm just too lazy. But one of them I know would be Grumpf losing Sanctuary toward the end of the semifinals last season, and that just changing the scope of the game completely because they had that game.
They would have won.
They would have won, but he lost Sanctuary for 5 rounds. I was off my rocker casting that match. And I know that's...
Well, we were going to target Grumpf, and then I saw his Sank drop. I'm like, all right, you guys just kill him. Who cares if Slan dies?
Yeah.
He's dead.
So one of them would be that. One of them... Let's see. One of them would certainly be the Hydra KCS finals, just because nobody... It was kind of anticlimactic, but it was climactic in the sense that nobody saw that just being a hard counter, least of all you guys.
One of my personal worst is when Jasmine was sitting at in season 1
Yeah.
with like no HP, and they still somehow won that. I was so salty about that. And to be honest, I don't know if we would have. We would have fought Stars and we probably would have lost, but still,
Sure.
it would have been like, wasn't KCS like undefeated that season pretty much?
I think so.
Yeah.
Trying to think what else.
The
I think
Hydra team was actually fairly decent too.
they were. I think Quicksilver beating Stars for the semifinals in what was it? Season 3? No, season 4.
Four.
That was exciting, just because they were kind of the favorites going into it.
That's actually what got Pirate Meat Shield nerfed the first time. Because before you didn't have to be primary target to meat shield anyone.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Did my team give you nightmares that whole season?
I hated fighting Quicksilver so much. For me personally, it was more. I was the entire game because of Leech. Perithian would do tons of damage to me, and Meat Shield was the most irritating thing on Earth.
You would not be grouped with your team ever.
ever. Just because flash off Meat Shield.
Well, that was the whole design mechanic.
Yeah. We did, however, come back and win that season. Then you got me back. You got me back season 6. So we'll see who gets the next one, partner.
It's your fault we won season 6, because if you didn't have a Shikenja, I never would have.
That's right. You
got lucky, let's say. In the final.
You're the Beach Boys to my Beatles. You took my ideas and beat me with them.
I mean, we were like, all right, the Slan thing's probably not going to work. And we knew Slan couldn't show up for the second match, so we're like, all right, we'll just have that Ayaki spit. Maybe it'll work.
I hate that Slan could not show up for the second match. I hate it.
You hate it so much.
I do want to give a shout out to that guy, though, because his skill has increased exponentially since he started ACFL. Like, he really stepped it up.
This Rent is back in red. Why is this match still going? I don't
know.
Did Trenton ER Meister? I don't understand.
Maybe they traded heals.
I mean, There's not much to say about this match. It's the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, that's why we're having the alternate discussion, the alt-right discussion.
Attrition, pretty much.
Yeah. I'm surprised Monster still. I assume he's healthy, Merritt, but I'm surprised he still has mana. Even Renton is in yellow again, blinded by the fireball again. Dips into red, still getting good damage off with the gore. Meister's playing this well, but I just hate using greenish chunky potions, period. I just think you should never use that potion when you're in the AGL. Any competitive
Especially
format.
like how rich everyone is these days. Just use divine protections.
Man. Yeah. You can get a bunch of fake money for a little bit of real money. It's not that hard.
Yeah.
Which I do often. Air Elemental is still summoned up. I'm just amazed everybody still has mana. Nobody has dipped into Wimpy yet, have they? Even once?
Not that I've seen.
I mean, we talked for a bit there, but...
No, I didn't see it at all. Dark Staff! Screw your Dreadwood Quarterstaff! Ardan. He started the fight with +3 moon. By the time he fights, he'll be
poor Ardan. For ya. Spirit mana is still up.
I think.
I do understand why he's using the Vampy at this point, just because he's hit so much. Like, it's probably kept him alive the long duration of this match, but... Fireball does land there. That skill seems to be fairly reliable in landing.
Well, Renton can't really stun that well either.
Yeah.
Or they just can't swing.
Gives up.
Well, like, Pyre is just a hard counter to every single Clave CSR. There's nothing they can do about it, you know? Meat shield, drop kick, there's nothing.
Yeah. Too lazy to top who
That's
he
not
is.
true. If you had like a giant ogre invoker, maybe.
Yeah. Ordan is a necromancer?
Yeah.
Okay.
I fought him the last time.
Nice. I had to fight a necro once with a Bacali assassin, and Death Shroud came up right as the game started. So then I just choked him for like the entire duration. People got really mad at me for that, but Dakios didn't stop it. So I just kept doing it.
It is what it is.
Well, it was either die or get DQ'd. So I just did it, and he lost. Aragar used to be pretty good necro, though. I mean, what was his record? It's pretty ridiculous.
And he only lost to Ramundo, because I did Ramundo land like an E-Dray in the last possible second.
Probably, but that character was nuts. Nuts. Fireball lands again. Spirit rescues. No blind on the
So
spirit.
Renton's been blind the whole match, pretty much, yeah. Why is he? I don't know. I mean, I guess he's just trying to kill spirits. But
Yeah.
15 mana is a lot to spend.
Yeah,
on
Dispel
this
takes a lot for sure. I have no tenderloins. Rekla will go hungry, I guess. I think he's just dispelling because he wants to do actual damage for once. Even if it's on a spirit.
You know what Renton reminds me of? Fucking Ellery's Minotaur Priest. Like those days
Ronick.
where everyone,
Yeah.
where like 10 Justice people would have more than 1k bounty points at a time.
Jake's going to be mad at you for mentioning Ellery. But yeah,
Who's gonna be mad?
Jake ducks at him.
No.
I don't know why he hates Ellery so much. It's funny. Like, we touched on that in the interview too, but yeah. I think that was the first Minotaur Priest, maybe the only Minotaur Priest to do a BP run.
Yes, he. Well, okay, sure.
Sure.
I won't say anything else beyond. I actually fought him with my Scald, and like I just whomped him because
Yeah.
Scalds were even stupid back then.
Yeah, sure.
Because Roundhouse doesn't fail, apparently.
Well, half ogre, right?
Yeah.
That was pretty sick. That was a
When I
pretty
could- well,
sick game. right there.
When I could save.
Yeah. When they could save, they were amazing.
Meister told me he's
Okay. Hopefully it's not Lacton and he's not lying. Oh, he does Wimp. Wimpy, was that a Wimpy or a Flea?
That's a Wimpy. It has to be a
Why is the Roundhouse doing that much damage?
because he's not protected.
Both in Wimpy. Ordan has a bet, clearly. That's clearly what's happening at the moment.
Does he not have Sank Potion?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Oh, is Meister gonna pull a miracle out of his hat?
I wouldn't call it a miracle. There it is. He gets it out of the... Yeah, there's the quaff.
Why don't you just leave them all in the inventory? I don't understand.
No.
Oh, here's the no-fail roundhouses.
Yeah. Let's see who Wimpy's first at this point. These sips are getting hilarious at this point. That's interesting. That must not be that much lag.
Yeah, I don't think there's no lag on it. I don't think.
Wow. That's an interesting mechanic.
The air elemental's still in white, guys. What are you doing?
Can anybody send me a tell? Let me know what the lag is on that sip. That's pretty... He got a sip off and then fled in the same rounds. There's the stun finally. Rinsen dies to Meister.
Takes it, and I lose 5 eggs.
If Meister was that Sanctuary cost him the match. Yeah, that Sanctuary cost him the match. How many roundhouses came off there?
I don't know.
Thank you for the Tenderloin. Thank you very much, Petitioner. That was like a Grump replication right there. Yeah, a Geared Elemental would have changed the... A Minotaur Priest wins that. The Geared Elemental does a lot more damage. Monogear, ER, and then obviously upping your Sanctuary, which Monogear helps with, but also keeping your potions in inventory. So... Certainly Minotaur Priest should have won that match, but props to Meister for getting, what is it, the first recorded Brewmaster win in AGL history?
Congratulations.
Yeah, good fight to both players, though. Tony is like, what is going on there? Why did you heal him? It was definitely a Shanlin-style match. Jeez.
All right, let's see what we have next.
Sure. There's a little controversy on OOC. A little bit.
Meister's trying to tell me that fight was half his Brewmaster 51 playing time.
What? That fight was what?
That's half the total of this 51 Brewmaster playing time, that match.
It's pretty funny.
All right, let's see. We have Rakis and Zolthus. So this is a Minotaur Samurai versus a Mole Scald, right?
Let me see.
So what's interesting about this is Rakis actually dueled as Harry and got him to like pretty hurt.
In a 1v1?
Yes, in a 1v1 in an arena.
In a multiple room arena?
It was the Dark Hoden arena.
That's really weird. Are you sure Asri wasn't trolling?
No, because I saw the log.
How does that happen? Like just gore spam or what?
A lot of gore. And Samurai defend pretty well if they're in the shield too.
Huh. That's
and plus, he can tank a lot. He can tank a lot with the animal thingies.
Darkonin is even more rooms than this arena. That's really strange.
And I haven't seen Zolthus that much, so I don't know how good he'd be.
Tony's being a savage right now. Let me see if I can do a Tony Allen accent. Would have been shorter if you didn't heal him. Is that pretty good? But let's see. Well, normally I would say the Hill Dwarf Scald wins this match, but I mean, if you're telling me you saw an arena, are you Do you promise that you're not trolling me? No response.
No, I'm not trolling you, man.
Okay. We'll see how it goes.
And I fought like Minotaurs. They hit pretty darn hard.
Yeah, I'm sure Minotaur Samurai hits really well. I would just think a Scald would win the game, in theory. But Zolthus doesn't even have a rake. That'll be weird. This
Looks
game
like
has
Rake-
changed a lot in the past bit, because in Orc Armsman you used to never be able to... Like, an Orc Armsman should never beat like a Druid player, like a Centaur Druid specifically, and that has happened multiple times. Both players good, and I think it was... who was the Orc Armsman? He plays in Galaglass. You know who I'm talking about?
No.
What? Okay, well, he beat Eratorix, which I was surprised to see. I mean,
Vazath?
Yes, Vazath. And I was really interested to know how that could be, and I guess it's just the stun lock and the damage creep. Like, that would have never been the case a few years ago. Yeah, Vazath is correct. Everybody is helping today. Thank you guys for being helpful. I'm told Zolthus is a solid player, as is Vareka, so this should be fun to watch. Should be cool. Orden is still to fight later, so you know at least one opponent, correct?
Yes.
He was complaining about the plus. We have 1 minute countdown to go. I do want to say that fairly soon, I don't know that it will be December, but fairly soon Magma Cup should be coming up. So that should be really interesting to cast.
Does that mean I actually have to try?
That means you have to try, so do I.
God damn it.
I'll be coming out of retirement for that one.
It's okay, I'll just get Aoki to show up, then you can't land on me.
That's right. Yeah, well, not if I seduce her.
Good luck. Good luck, sir.
Gonna bring
Good
her
luck.
over to Hydra.
Why? When you already have another hobgoblin,
Just so you guys can
you would
have
never
one.
Play.
Just
you would never play.
I don't care. That's not the point. I just want to take something you love and destroy it, Albert.
Ordan's flowing disc just evaporated.
This is good for him. We are about to get to go here. He just made another one.
Ordan tells you stop being gay. I just took his corpses.
Oh. Oh my god.
That's douchebag.
That's... Stop being gay. We have seen 2 Minotaurs in the arena twice consecutively. A lot more melee on this one. This will certainly be a more exciting match. I can promise you guys that.
Ordan is bitching to me about moons.
Gore is landing very well. That melee is pretty crazy too.
Told you, it's really good on, and the samurais disarm really well. You thought I was trolling, but no, I'm not.
Oh, I want to see the rest of this. That flaming bite is not doing much damage at all.
He has skins, I'm sure.
It's also a flaming dagger, which is proof that the volcano still matters. Bash did not land there. That's 3 good rounds.
This is really only the second fight.
Yes, it's been a long one. It's been a
Oh
long
dear,
one.
I have to spend more time with Alan.
Damn it, Albert.
See, I told you, Minotaur Samurai Melee is stupidly good.
Well, no, I knew Samurai Melee was insane just from fighting Terces. Like, he's a monster on the field, but
Is he not using spirits?
I mean,
It's
they're
not like-
up. That katana
not-
is really irritating, dude. Is that
Right.
Ellery? Is that Ellery who has that weapon?
That is irritating. Is
Dude,
that legit restream?
Can somebody come down and change that after this match, please? I understand blazing, like I get it. It's just distracting. Come on.
It is very distracting.
You have the Akita.
Zoltus in the fireproof. I'm not sure about using the flaming dagger.
Well, there's no reason to do that, but Zolthus is getting some damage off as well. Both these plays are very good. I'm interested to see how this goes. Vrakus is still not in Watt.
Why is Zoltus not using?
Zolthus dips into yellow there. Vrakus does as well. Zolthus does have
Oh, he
more
is
mana
using
in
spirit,
theory.
okay.
So just want to point out, there's no reason not to use mana gear in a match like this, just because the samurai can't do anything.
Yeah.
So use those heals.
He might not be. I mean, he's recently 51.
Sure,
so
yeah,
he
I'm not-
might not have mana gear.
Yeah, I'm not judging anybody. I'm just like, the idea is to employ the meta, right?
There's no meta. It's called PK point strength, spam stun. That's the meta.
So in theory, the only thing I'm saying is you use a mana set versus hitters because you don't even have to bless it. Like,
Yeah, I know.
you're seeing some good rounds.
That
so far.
katana is getting me salty right now.
It's not as bad as the dagger, as Pedania's dagger, but it's pretty bad.
At least this fight won't last an hour.
Yeah, that's correct.
Breakers is hitting really hard. I wonder if he's protected right.
Yeah, that flaming dagger isn't doing enough damage, really.
I
I
would
don't.
just use a different secondary weapon.
I don't know about weights, but a fire dagger would be much better, right? Can you dual wield that with an axe of rage?
Yes, you can.
Okay, so no reason not to do that.
You might not have.
Yeah, he's probably just going in fresh. It's fine. He does remove the gold ring, so he is using mana gear. That's very good. So he came prepped.
Zolthus is in red.
Does dip into red there. Gore must be insane, even at the center where Zolthus is playing. Like, he's coming back to the center, so he's trying not to get locked, but that's still crazy damage. Crazy stun lock. It's so fascinating, even in a 5-room arena, it's so fascinating to see hitters sort of competitive with healers, healer hybrids. Because that has really changed. Like, that did not used to be the case. Zolthus does get some really good rounds off there. Both are in red. Zolthus did just remove mana a little bit ago, like the ring, so he might have a lot more mana left. Or at least enough to heal up to yellow. He is in yellow there.
He is on yellow.
Really good rounds going off here, even with that bash
is
lens.
gonna hurt.
Yeah, it will hurt. That was a lot of damage to him, but Zolthus is doing just as much. Decimates, mauls, decimates. I think Vrakus is going to die here. I think Zolthus is comfortable. Honestly, do.
We'll see. That round actually hurt a lot.
Bash failed there. Zolthus can heal off that and flee. That center should be an easy flee if he wants to. Doesn't even want to. He's comfortable. I don't think this is a problem for him.
There's the Wimpy.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that should be it. Unless like a crazy stun lock happens here, which Zolthus is not dumb enough. He knows if he has mana, he needs to play in the center of the room. He might not even care just because he wants to stun lock. That's a good round on him. The Spirit Rescues right off that. Zolthus is on the Akita. No damage coming out either way.
Yeah, you don't want to be on the Akita.
Yeah, another Wimpy. Nah, no way. Vrakus has got to be dead. Zolthus flees
the Akita's
immediately
still
off the
alive.
rescue.
Well, this could be pretty good, this round right here. The Spirit is dead. That's free
Yeah,
damage.
Gore right off that.
Oh, see, I told you.
What is going on here?
Give me my money.
Did you bet on Vrakus?
Yeah.
What a great fight. I'm amazed. So I didn't see. Did Zolthus?
I told you once that the spirit died and he didn't flee out, and then the gore came off. If he couldn't flee out of that, he was gonna die.
Did Zolthus use more than the rings for Montague though?
Yeah.
If he only had the rings, I mean, honestly, the Scald wins that game again. Like, okay, if it's that close and you use a full mana set, you're doubling your mana, maybe even tripling it. Now, I'm not blaming anybody. I'm just saying a Scald should win that fight.
No,
Vrakus, good job, man. That's really, really exciting for me to see.
You doubted me. What are you doing?
I did doubt you. I did doubt you completely.
What are you doing?
But to be fair, Scald should win that fight. Just saying. Just saying.
I may have just aliased Pyro the Vanish because they do exactly the same thing. Or I did it backwards.
Props to the people who are playing these no-heal hitters in AGL arenas, though. That's crazy to watch.
Speaking of quality of life, the added number of aliases you can have in-game is really useful.
Really? I just use the Z-Mud aliases. I never switch back.
But I have multiple that like are the same, so.
I see. That makes sense. Shout out to Biotech. I think he's the one who made that change, right? Do we have the next fight up here? Oridon versus Plike. Dark Elf Necromancer versus Mountain Dwarf Battle Rager. It is 1 a.m., so that'll be interesting. A few ticks will go by. It'll probably be early morning by the time they get out into the arena, so Death Shroud won't be active for a while. "13 wins and 28 losses. Black is definitely a vet.
I'm pretty sure Ordon's drunk because he usually doesn't freak out this much. Yeah.
He might be. He might be. Might have something to do with somebody taking his corpses.
Dude, I dropped them back.
Okay, alright. Oridon has a pretty good record for the racing class.
Yeah, I wonder who his one loss is. I don't know, some pirate.
That's pretty damn decent, though, for that race class combination. Necros are solid, but Dark Elf you don't see as much.
He's a very solid player, yeah.
Cool, cool.
What? Plike is favored? Alright, give me some money. I'll take that.
Be interested to see this one. I assume Oridon will try to use Charmies to do a lot of rescuing.
Yeah, and probably Chain, I'm guessing.
Yeah. If he gets some sturdy Charmies up there, then Black will have a game ahead of him.
If you can get a Dracolich up, then it's really
That's
over.
game, yeah. That's game. But what do I know, man? People are making Minotaur Samurais and doing well in the AGL.
Yeah, clearly your sense of what's good is...
Yeah, clearly the 5 months have destroyed my sensibilities as a player killer.
Are you still salty about ACFL?
No, I'm over it. I got over my ACFL loss and the 9-year termination of my relationship at about the same time.
Gotcha.
Just a lot of alcohol, you know? That's how the Irish cope. Freud's in our ballpark. 94 people on. That's pretty damn decent player base for the knot.
Agreed.
And I do want to say, guys, if you want to coordinate with me later, like you want to set something up weekly, we can probably up the player base even more. So something worthwhile. More people would be able to fight. You get more competitive matches. More people would log on ahead of time. So talk to me about it. PM me.
I think that's
Okay.
Alice there on OC.
I believe it is too. I'm actually ending school in about 5 days, Alistair. So if you want to set something up for next Monday or the Monday after that, and we can carry it off from there, that would be really good for me too.
Mondays are fine for me. Yeah.
Cool. Sounds good. We are at the 30-second mark. We'll see how this goes. There is... Shadow form is up. It won't be for long, but he's going to take advantage of it. The few ticks he has, he's going to get those charmies out in time, I believe, before it does end. What does it end? 6:30? And Alistair, sounds like a plan.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, 6:30. So he's going to have time to get some charmies out without being hit. Rager Charge could knock him out of it, but he should be able to use that to good form.
And we're off.
Indeed. There's the first skeleton.
Hey, look at those corpses I returned to him.
There's the zombie. Earthquake does come out there.
He's being smart and doing one in every room.
Mm-hmm. He is setting up the pieces. Playing a mage is a lot like chess. I mean, it's like just setting up all the pieces and then capitalizing on that from that point. Black is killing the skeletons. Acid blast coming out there. No chain yet.
Oh, he can't yet.
I know, yeah, he's on the mob, but no chain yet. Just getting some free damage off.
He might be trying to land on him.
I mean, the more damage that comes out on the
I always
plot,
wanted to play Necro. They seem so fun in the arena.
they do seem really fun. Yeah. I've thought that since Erigar was in the arena. Maybe before that, but they do seem like a lot of fun. I made a Necromancer to play. Like, I made one, and then I just couldn't play Conclave. I just couldn't do it.
Hmm.
I think Conclave, I don't think it's right for me, but I think it's right for a lot of players. So I'm not knocking that clan. I'm just saying it's very much you join that clan and it's a very long net of community. Like, it's not close knit like I like.
Yeah, I hear you. Is Plank raged? There's no way he could be raged. He's taking yellow acid blast.
He was taking
red
a lot
acid
of damage.
I don't think he's raged, is he? Or he's not protected.
He is now, I think. That chain, that he's taking decimates now. I think he did rage just a little bit ago.
And now he's obviously raged.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
But he's
Plank's
still
already
in red. This is just... This is going to be a destroy toast. Maybe not. Maybe if he gets him into yellow, maybe not. But it's definitely going to be definitive.
He's going to wait out the... Okay, he's not going to wait out the stun. He'll just...
Plight can't do anything is the problem. Like, he's just going to get on mob after mob.
He'll be stuck on the skeleton. Yeah.
This was pretty much a perfect textbook game by Orden. Like, he shadow formed, he only had a couple hours, he got all the mobs out, and then he set it up. Like, once he had a mob in every room, that was pretty much the perfect scenario for him versus a Battle Rager. Don't even need Shroud when you do it like that.
I agree. Now he's just going to chain off the Raider.
And this should be it. I'd say one more chain, two more at most.
3.
You think 3?
Here's the second one.
Think this is it? Oh, that bash. That's hilarious. The Raider just cock blocked him. Does dip into yellow. This final, another bash.
The Raider is killing or this getting stunned.
This is hilarious. Okay, there's the failed bash. Should be fun, but oh my
He
god.
just lost like half his ace.
That Raider was like, this is like Raider versus Orion. Okay, not 3. 4?
That's a
Shall it be 4?
he's a failed bash leg.
That's 4. Shall it be 5? Okay, we'll just see when flag dies at this point. Failed bash there. 2 free chains just because that round went by.